Have you ever been triggered and had a very strong emotional response to something that others aren't even fazed by, and you've been going through life freaking out and feeling anxiety or fear in situations where no one else has a reaction but you? Oftentimes leaving you so confused about why you made such a big deal and feeling shame and guilt because people around you are judging you. It's a terrible cycle. Thank you so much for watching. On this channel, I'm here to guide you in finding your purpose, healing, and transforming. My mission is to empower women in their 40s and 50s to thrive on the road to retirement. And I do that by sharing resources that empower, that heal, and transform. The resource that I chose to review in this video is this book by Oprah Winfrey and Bruce Perry, What Happened to You. It will help you understand trauma and how it impacts your life and your relationship with others. If at any point you decide that you want to buy this book and that this book is for you, I have my Amazon associate link below so you can purchase this life-changing book. Maybe you can relate to my experience, but as I was growing up, I often got teased or reprimanded by people in my life because of my fearful or anxiety-filled reactions to certain events. To others, my reactions seemed out of place or irrational, and they reacted in response with anger, frustration, or even making fun of me. This was extremely painful for me, and it made me feel isolated, very sad, and abandoned, and often left me asking the question, what's wrong with me? Maybe there's been a time in your life where you asked yourself, what's wrong with me? We tend to go through life thinking something's wrong with us, and we tend to suffer in isolation and confusion because we ourselves don't even understand why we react in what seems an irrational way. But the truth is that it's not irrational, and there is a root cause. The root cause might be that there is trauma that you don't even realize that you have. As you read this book, ask yourself, what happened to me, not what's wrong with me. And you will be mind blown with the realizations that you will have. This book is a beautiful dance between real life experiences and the science perspective of trauma. Dr. Perry engages us in the science behind trauma and examples from his practice, and Oprah, with her vulnerability, opens up to many personal experiences and insights of her own journey with trauma and healing from it. By connecting to Oprah's story and hearing Dr. Perry's experiences as a doctor, you will experience a profound personal transformation. One of the biggest aha moments I had reading this book is that we are all unique human beings who can have completely different experiences to the exact same situation. This helped me understand why I display different reactions and had different perspectives than my siblings on so many things despite living in the same home and living the same experiences. As you read this book, I encourage you to really pay attention to what comes in and the connections that you make. That understanding and awareness are the first steps to healing, and this book can really shed some light in your life. Another huge realization that I had was that trauma doesn't have to be one big event like living through a tornado or witnessing a murder. It can also be a collection of little events that come with adversity and that greatly impact your life, and that this accumulation of events turns into trauma. Dr. Perry and Oprah do an amazing job of explaining how we acquire the trauma and how to heal from it. This book, What Happened to You by Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey, was a beacon of light that illuminated so many parts of my life that were hidden in the shadows, and I know it can do the same for you. Every chapter I read, it became clearer and clearer that I in fact had experienced trauma. Once it was clear to me that trauma was the root of my so-called irrational reactions, that understanding was so liberating. It freed me of the guilt and embarrassment, and it allowed me to have compassion for myself and everything that I had experienced. As you read this extremely powerful book, you will make your own connections and have your own realizations. And this awareness is so powerful. This awareness provided me with the validation because I often felt shame and thought that I was crazy. The validation that what I felt was real, even if others didn't understand, and that there was a root cause for it. This book provided the foundation and the tools that I needed to identify my trauma, and the awareness sparked the beginning of my healing journey. So it can do the same for you. I still remember the first time I heard about this book. I had just resigned from my teaching job, and I was working on cleaning one of our rental properties. And as I work, I like to hear podcasts, and the video where Jay Shetty interviews Oprah and Dr. Perry popped in my feed, and I was instantly captivated. As soon as the interview was over, I knew I had to read the book. Since I have a lot on my plate and I'm a working mom of 3 kids, the audiobook was ideal for me. Therefore, I immediately went to my Audible account and purchased the audiobook. Audiobooks are ideal for me because I can consume them as I do chores around the house or on my drives on the mini pickup and drop-offs that I have to do for my kids. If you get discouraged from reading because you feel that you don't have time for it or feel too tired, trust me, audiobooks are a fantastic way for you to consume texts. The fact that this book does such a good job of helping us understand trauma and how it affects people, it really changes the way we perceive and react even to others. So I taught middle school for 19 years, and honestly, I wish I would have read this book during my time as a teacher. Not only would it have helped me in my own personal life, but it would have helped me understand my students better. It really gives great perspective to teachers on why they may be experiencing certain behaviors from certain students. This understanding allows the teacher to approach the student in a more compassionate way that can help build a relationship and really help the child to thrive and heal. As teachers, approaching a student from a perspective of what happened to you versus what's wrong with you can make a world of difference. What happened to you comes with compassion and love and with intent to understand and help, while what's wrong with you comes with judgment and blame. Understanding the root of a child's trauma can really help with identifying their triggers and to put effective strategies into place to optimize their learning experience for that child. It's also very empowering for the child themselves to know their own triggers and to learn to navigate through them. Teachers spend so much time with their students, so therefore they have the ability to greatly impact their students' mental health. There are many opportunities to have these small interactions with students, which can be very therapeutic and very healing. As soon as I finished reading this book, I knew I had to share it with others. This book takes you through a self-realization journey of understanding and identifying your trauma, and it gives you ways to heal from it. I really feel that the better we understand trauma in such a way that we can identify it in ourselves and in others in our lives, it will allow us all to react in a more compassionate and understanding way to others' trigger moments, and even give us the ability to help them through those moments that cause them so much agony and pain, instead of judging them and making them feel even more isolated. I really believe that things and people come in our lives at the perfect time. This book came to me at the perfect time in my life, and I want you to really reflect on the timing that this is coming in for you. Maybe if you're watching this video today, it's because you're meant to read this book in order for you to improve your life at this point in your life. Like I mentioned before, if you'd like to purchase this book, I included my Amazon Associates link below. There's also a workbook to help you break down what you're learning. The link is also pinned down below. If you found this book review helpful, please hit the like button and write in the comments below how you feel that this book could impact your life and be a tool for positive change. If you found value in this video and you'd like to be notified when I present more resources, please hit the subscribe button below. I want to express my deepest gratitude to you all for watching, and I hope that this book is the print your soul needed.